Hello, everyone. This is Chris Curcio, and this is my Grand Canyon University 501 dispositions assignment. The two dispositions I most confidently possess are my belief that all students can learn and shouldn't set expectations for student success. The other being educators should be committed to the profession of teaching and learning. My background is in Philadelphia, and yes, in Philadelphia, the struggle is very real. I've met students who deal with every issue imaginable. There's no need to list them all here, but suffice it to say, many of our Philadelphia students have more on their plate than homework. Because of this, a common reaction by many educators is to go easy, is to sympathize, is to feel bad for, give a break, or ease up on these students because of the very real challenges they face. It's understandable and an instinctive, nurturing mentality that many of us have. However, what I've also learned is that you can't do that. Because even in spite of these enormous challenges, these students still need to make one ultimate decision. Do I want to help myself, or do I not want to help myself? That's what it comes down to. Is the child willing to work towards improvement or not? Clearly, not everybody can be the top student in class, but you do need to have goals, and you do need to have expectations for yourself, and you do need to work towards those goals. What happens, the alternative option, is that too many people feel bad for, and too many people feel sympathy for, and this happens year after year. After year, the student kind of confirms to themselves that they can't do the work, that they're not able to. And then that's when they become they become helpless. And once you develop this helplessness, you no longer strive for things, you no longer work for things, because you already believe, and you've been told by so many people that you need additional help in doing it. My belief is that with higher expectations and an excuse-free culture, students will learn. Educators being committed to the job should speak for itself. This isn't the type of job that you can be only partially committed to. If a student asks for advice or on which high schools they should apply to, or they need guidance on assignment, assume that student does work during class, then I will meet with them whenever they wish. Lunch, prep, after school, before school, the weekend, it doesn't really matter. My philosophy is that if a student is doing what I ask them to do, then I need to do what the student is asking me to do. It's a mutual respect, and despite me being 34 and the student being 13, I need to respect them just the way I expect them to respect me. I will admit that I need to improve my appreciation for certain sensitivities that individuals may have towards learning. Call me jaded, or say I am too determined to challenge a student, because I do witness kids every year overcome incredible challenges, but I don't always show 100% respect towards learning or social needs of students. I am too quick to claim a student isn't trying hard enough, or saying something I am working with and trying to become more patient with. Sometimes the learning needs are quite essential. As far as the appearance of professional educators, you need to show up every day looking excited to work. As far as men go, a dress shirt, preferably ironed, and a tie is absolutely mandatory. A generally positive disposition is also a prerequisite. Clearly being on time, prepared every day, is a cornerstone of professionalism. One of my favorite quotes from my previous principal, what she used to say is, if you fail to plan, then you're planning to fail. I think it's totally applicable here. Behavior-wise, walk in line between a sense of seriousness and respecting that you're working with adolescents is ideal. They need to appreciate the importance of wanting to perform at their highest in school, but also need to have their views respected. I take pride in drilling results into my students' heads and scrutinizing every question and answering an assessment to an infinite degree, but I'm also willing to embarrass myself with an impromptu dance in front of class. Ultimately, teaching is an art. It requires both precision and sloppiness, enthusiasm and calmness, urgency and patience, compassion and sternness. Too much of one trait leads to an imbalance and shortage of another. Dealing with so many students with so many personalities, it is important to balance it all and learn that not one flavor works for everybody. That was my dispositions assignment, and thank you for listening. Chris Curcio out.